Hi Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Feel free to check out your other placements for additional messages, as this is a general reading. Messages may or may not apply, just take what resonates, leave what doesn't for the next person. We're going to be taking a look to see what messages may come through for you guys for this upcoming week, see what you guys could be currently dealing with, as well as what you expect, get some insight with some guidance, and overall see what's going on for my beautiful Taurians. I hope you guys are doing well. How is Scorpio season treating you? I hope you guys are hanging in there. It's a bit intense. I've seen in my life and people I know, it's just like, okay, Scorpio season really bringing the change. But I'm here for it and I hope you guys are doing well. If you guys are interested, you can follow me over on my Instagram at Jadestone Tarot. And let's see what's going on for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus. Starting off with some Moonology cards to get a feel. The energy you could be dealing with. Messages for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus. Messages. Whoa! Did y'all see that? Okay, we have what do you need to release? Waning moon. So it's actually interesting because when I was prepping the tarot deck, the Ten of Wands reversed. Ten of Wands came out reversed. And I was like, so there could be something that you're working through releasing or letting go. And we also have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. Let's get one more. Okay, thank you very much. We have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. Ayo, there's your energy coming through, Taurus. So there's a couple things going on here. We have something regarding like something that you're needing to release. For some, this is an ex or something from your past. For some, this is about some sort of restriction or a way about approaching something needs to be changed. Or if you are trying to get something off the ground, you're needing to have a practical plan to back you up. There's a couple different things going on here. There's something that you're needing to release. There's something new coming in regarding love, perhaps. Or your emotions about something. And then we also have something about your career / your own personal journey. So there's many different kind of messages that we're going to be talking about in this reading. So let's talk about this. What do you need to release? Waning moon. So we just had the new moon in Scorpio a few days ago. And it's important that you guys plant your seeds of intention of the things that you'd like to accomplish this month. But what is it that you're needing to release? Since we are in Scorpio season, Scorpio is bringing change, is bringing transformation, right? Think about all the qualities. Scorpio is your counterpart, so you guys are probably going to be feeling it. So for some, you're working through releasing a past relationship or wounds or hurts from previous connections, whether it's friendship, whether it's romance, whether it's something that has to do with your own connection towards yourself or your childhood, something like that. But there is something that you need to release, and maybe we'll get some more information on that. Maybe you're working through it, but maybe throughout Scorpio season, it's going to be brought to your attention. We have the new moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. So I do have to point out that there is balance being brought to a situation, and perhaps some of you are getting into a relationship, or maybe you're already in one and your connection is deepening, or there's a new cycle that's kind of starting up. So we'll look into that as well. Pretty interesting stuff. It's like maybe as soon as you release something from your past or release some sort of guilt or resentment or anger, some sort of block, something new comes in with the new romantic cycle. So I'm just saying, for those that are wanting new love, maybe there's something that you're just needing to close a door on so that something new can open up. And then we have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. So you guys definitely need to be more organized, more strategic, right? Have a plan, have some sort of set goal, and follow through with the action, right? Stay consistent, stay dedicated, stay focused, and you got that, right? You got that. Your energy coming through. And I do have to point out, right? Every ending brings a new beginning, which is so interesting. All right, so let's start pulling some animal oracle messages for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus. Look ahead. Any animal oracle messages, please, for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus, for this upcoming week. Any messages for Taurus for the next 7 days? Whoa, okay. No, I'm not going to take that, but I think it's ready. Messages for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Ooh, we got the crow coming out. So, what do you need to release? We have the crow. So this really does call for some self-study, some time alone where you can just be by yourself, contemplate, reflect. This does talk about shadow work and going inwards and really like embracing the deep inner depth of yourself. So let's hold that thought. This is the element of air. Messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Good cosmic egg, yeah, endings. This is a final card in the Animal Spirit deck. Spirit energy coming through. Okay, and give me one more for Taurus. Okay, the Octopus. Okay, so right now things might be feeling a little bit overwhelming. This is also the energy of like sharing a lot of personal things with people, but like not really having the best boundaries. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that too. We have the hummingbird at the bottom as well as the fox and the rabbit. So there are some fears, there are some anxieties. That's probably something relating to what you need to release, or maybe there's this fear or something that you're anxious about that's kind of like in the depths, it like kind of lurking. It's not like so much out in the open. You may have moments this week where you're feeling a little bit in your head, or just kind of like maybe even about a relationship, because the fox does talk about commitments and connections, right? So there's something here that you're needing to return to that will help keep you grounded during moments of stress, of anxiety, of feeling overwhelmed, right, with that octopus energy. So get in tune with some sort of activity that puts you in the present moment. So whether that is going out in nature, doing some exercise, getting some exercise, grounding, meditation, right, with the crow. This is a very like kind of meditative energy. Maybe you should incorporate that into your routine if you can, even a couple times during the week. That would benefit you. Getting into the present, doing some sort of activity, even like artistic or creative, right? Because same with that hummingbird energy is actually a very creative energy. So definitely channel your anxiousness or your stresses, your worries, put that into something, right? Channel that energy into something good. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about this. We have some air energy, we also have some water and spirit coming through. And I just have to point out, it's so interesting. These cards are like black and white, and then like the punch of like color, rainbow, right, in each of these cards. It's really interesting here. So this week, it's important that you guys are firm with setting boundaries. I'm kind of getting this energy of like clinginess, like just how the cosmic egg and the octopus, like the cosmic egg, the snakes, he's like grabbing this egg, he's just like, this is mine, my egg, you know? And the octopus kind of is the energy of like someone who may be a bit clingy and needy. I'm getting this needy energy, which is so different than like what I normally get from the octopus, but for some reason it's like maybe you've been feeling a bit more clingier than usual, especially if you are in a relationship. Maybe you felt more protective over them. Yeah, I'm kind of also getting control too, and maybe this is something that you're needing to work on letting go or releasing control. And I do think you are really in your head, or you're thinking a lot. We have the octopus, right? This is the water element, but then notice how the crown is highlighted here. It's like you're really in your head about your feelings or your emotions, or someone is. You could be dealing with someone who's really in their head. There is definite like a cycle coming to an end here with the cosmic egg. Lessons are being learned, and limiting beliefs as well as restrictions or ways that have been holding you back from growing, that is going to be released a bit, or like you're going to start to see cycles close out. You know, certain challenges that you've been dealing with or facing with are starting to wrap up, or you're becoming more aware of these tendencies. You know, we all carry toxic traits. None of us are perfect. We all have areas that we can improve and work in, and maybe you are recognizing certain aspects of yourself that maybe you're needing to take a step back or release, or like looking at things from a different perspective, right? We look at the crow. The crow is looking over at the cosmic egg and the octopus. So you are reflecting on something here that needs to be like let go of or released or readjusted, you know? So yeah, that's kind of what I feel here. So we're going to clarify why these cards came out. Give me a second. So I'm going to look into the crow first of all, and then I think I'll look into the octopus, then the cosmic egg. All right, tell me about the crow for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Tell me about the crow, because this feels very like introspective. Again, kind of goes back to what do you need to release? What do you need to release, Taurus? Tell me about the crow for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Keep in mind, you can resonate with this whenever you come across this. Tell me the crow for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. All right. Try the Crow. Okay, 8 of Pentacles coming out. Tell me the Crow for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Empress, yayo, your energy as well as Libra. Tell me about the Crow. Page of Swords. Tell me the Crow. Thank you very much. We have the World. Whoa, wow. I couldn't just stop there. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Alchemist, and the 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords. So this is really like, underneath that, the 10 of Cups. Nice. Okay, so this is really interesting. We got 2 5s out here. 5s do talk about change. So get ready for that. And it's in your terms. You're creating this change. You're recognizing that you have the power to create change. If you're unhappy with where you are currently, or you feel lonely, or feel unappreciated, or just kind of like undervalued is what I heard, you're making some sort of change here with the Alchemist. Now, at first, you might be feeling a bit conflicted, a bit unsure, like, what do I do? What do I need to change? How am I going to get from this 5 of Pentacles, feeling like lack, loss, not good enough, wanting more, to feeling complete and confident? What kind of, there's a gap, right? We gotta make some sort of adjustment. We don't go from lack to luxury, right? That's a big jump. So how do we go from the 5 to the Queen? Well, we have to make some sort of adjustment. And maybe there's some current circumstances in your life that are a bit challenging and making it a bit difficult to make the change. Maybe it's internally, maybe it's fears, maybe it's something that you're needing to release here. But you're needing to go inward, 4 of Swords, right, with that Crow energy. Take time for introspection. Take time to reflect on your relationships, on your home life, whatever that's on your mind. You're needing to reflect on what is going to set you free. As this child, look at her. She's like happy, free, playful, loving. Like, this is harmony, right? So how can you get to this state of peace and freedom? Because right now, you're in this. And this. That's not peace. That's not free. So there's a bit of a block, or there's a bit of a hurdle that you're working through. But it's possible, and we do have that World energy, which we'll talk about. This is at the bottom of the deck, you guys. But you're recognizing you have complete control over your life. You just have to figure out what needs to be done, and you need to follow through with a practical plan. Okay, so let's talk about the cards that did come out for the Crow. 8 of Pentacles, the Empress, Page of Swords, and the World. So let's talk about the 8 of Pentacles and the Empress. This is you guys working to a place of stability, putting in the effort, showing up, being consistent so that you can be the most fruitful, the most successful, the most confident in yourself, where all of your efforts are finally paying off, right? You're getting there. Like I said, with the new moon in Libra, besides romantic cycle, balance is being brought to the table, or things are starting to balance out now. You're starting to see, a shift. You're changing your mindset. You're changing the way you perceive yourself, your relationships. There's definitely a change going on here. And yeah, at times it's a bit of a struggle, but you're starting to see movement. And you're reflecting on it, and you're doing a little bit of introspection. And, you do go inward, like we were saying earlier, like, hey, what changes do I need to make? You go inward, you reflect on it. And now you're taking action. You come with that plan, you're sticking to it, and you're starting to see the results come in here with the Empress. We have the Page of Swords and the World. So this is you guys looking at things clearly, new perspectives, new ways of understanding, even communicating with others. Communication is much more clear. You feel like you can finally speak your truth, or speak up on what's on your mind, right? With that Octopus energy, you're not so afraid of saying no, or setting boundaries, or someone goes to dump all their shit on you, right? At the end of the day, I just had a shit day, I rant to you, but it's like, hey, I'm not really in the right energy for that. Like, sorry, I can't help you. I have to help myself first, and that's okay, right? But there's a definite cycle coming to an end here, which ties in with the cosmic egg, which we're gonna clarify after the Octopus. Endings and new beginnings. So I like it a lot. You're reflecting on the changes that you made, or the changes that you need to make, or both, right? You're reflecting on how much has changed over the last however long, but you're also reflecting on what else you would like to be different. Always striving for more. Always constantly changing and growing, but it's okay to always want more. not to settle. So let's look into the Octopus for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So I think this is something that maybe is needing to be changed or adjusted here. You could be taking on way too much, right? Feeling kind of Seven of Cups energy. Maybe you're feeling a little bit lost in the current, a little bit confused with the direction you're going down, or feeling a little uncertain with yourself. Octopus can sometimes be the energy of people pleasing. We have the Two of Cups and Justice reverse. Okay, some of you feel like there's an imbalance in a relationship, right? And I was kind of picking up on the energy of like a bit of clinginess at the beginning when these two cards came out, like a bit of protective energy, but like, there could be a bit of an imbalance in a relationship. But perhaps, right, that's what's being adjusted here, and then we have a new romantic cycle begin, so maybe that's what's changing in a relationship. If things have felt imbalanced, or there's been any unhealthy cycles or tendencies, or whatever, I think that there's the possibility of that being worked on, if it's mutual, of course. So tell me about the Octopus for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Maybe honest conversations are needing to be had, right? Tell me about the Octopus for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Lovers reverse. Yeah, seriously, there's definite imbalance here. There's an imbalance. We have Justice reverse and the Lovers reverse. Inconsistencies, unrequited love or unrequited energy. Maybe you feel like as if you've been extending yourself. Oh, another message. It's like maybe the person you're connecting with, whether this is romantic, friendship, whoever, but a relationship in your life, I would feel is more like either family, friend, romance. I'm not getting work from this. I feel this is more like intimate connection or like friendship connection, whatever. Someone that you know on a deeper level. It's like this Octopus energy, like I said, maybe there's a bit of an imbalance in certain relationships where people maybe come to you when they need something, or they need advice, or they need to just rant to you, but then when the roles are reversed, they're not there for you, right? You're always there to support them and cheer them up and etc., but then when the roles are reversed, it's imbalanced as fuck. So there's like a lot of inconsistent energies here, and boundaries need to be set with the Octopus, because that's unfair for you. That is unfair for you. So that's what's happening here, okay? So, let's see what else needs to come out for the Octopus. Death reverse. So this is a cycle that's been going on for a while. Scorpio energy, but you're becoming aware of it. You're retracting back your energy. You're giving less to those that don't reciprocate. And that's balancing things out. That's really interesting, Taurus. Tell me about the Octopus. The Wheel of Fortune! Oh my god. See? So now a cycle passes. You passed. Before in the past, this was repetitive. It just kept on going on, repeating. Lesson has not been learned, and you end up feeling drained. You end up in the same imbalanced relationships. Not anymore. You're becoming aware of that. So that's what's coming to an end here. This is what you're reflecting on. This is what you've been working on releasing / making adjustments, right? Coming with that practical plan, like, okay, something here needs to change because there's an imbalance. It's unfair, it's draining, and I need to approach things differently, and maybe even communicating, right? With that Princess of Swords that came out earlier. Wow, I can't believe the Wheel came out. So yeah, definite like churning of the next page. Things are changing because of this. Thanks, Scorpio season. We have Judgment. Whoa, at the bottom. Okay, Judgment, Ten of Swords reverse, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this is what's changing here. Remember that energy of feeling lack? That Five of Wands that came out earlier? Interesting. Seven of Swords, Two of Wands. Yeah, okay, well that's definite coming to an end here. Ten of Swords reverse. You're tired of getting the shitty end of the stick. You're tired of, people coming to you when they need something and then leaving you out in the cold when they've moved on and they fixed their problems and now they don't need you. It's just like, what the hell, right? That's caused a lot of like imbalance and lack of peace and just like frustrated, whatever. You're tired of that. You're tired of feeling drained, people dumping all their shit onto you and then leaving you with nothing. Like, what are you getting out of that? Exactly. So, Judgment, final call. Review of the past, lessons, cycles that you've been on, and deciding, enough is enough. I've learned my lesson and I'm ready to move on from this, and I don't want to keep on repeating this. So something here needs to change. And that's what's happening here with that Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, wow, Taurus, you're really putting your foot down this week, this month, Scorpio season. You're bringing balance back into your life and into your relationships. And if people don't like it, then that just shows you who they really are, and you don't need that in your life, right? If people want to be in your life, they gotta show up. It's gotta be balanced. Can't be inconsistent. Ain't no settling for breadcrumbs, you know? Tell me about the cosmic egg for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus. So, cycle coming to an end. Maybe you're more protective over yourself. Earlier I was like, maybe you're protective over someone. Maybe it's you guys being more protective over your energy and who you give your time and space to, whatever. Tell me the cosmic egg for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus. So yeah, massive lesson being learned here, or like just transformation. Tell me the cosmic egg for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Oh, Queen of Swords, yeah, look at you, setting your firm boundaries. Whether people like it or not, you have to be firm. You can't be flexible with these things. There's no such thing as a flexible boundary. No, it's got to be like set in stone. Eight of Swords reverse. Now you're not really in your head about, oh, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to be mean. You're not being mean by saying no or setting a boundary. Boundaries are so important in relationships, and that can be a really difficult lesson to learn / like something to not learn, unlearn. Like, what am I saying? Whatever. Let me grab a couple more for the cosmic egg. Six of Cups. Yeah, wow. Okay. Cosmic egg for Taurus. Two of Wands. Yeah, dude. I love this. So for me, the Two of Wands always is like a choice. Just kind of like taking a pause. But this is also like, do I stay on the path that I'm on and repeat, or do I choose to wrap this cycle up with the World over here, right? The World, which we have the World come out. Well, I think we already know what you guys are choosing. You guys are choosing to complete a cycle, not repeat a cycle. Complete, not repeated. Been there, done that, right? You're looking back at your past self. This is you and your past self settling for less. Maybe this was you, right? Always giving and giving and giving, but not receiving. You're looking back at your younger self. You're like, I know better now. I know better now. I'm going to set boundaries. And I'm not afraid to say no. I'm not afraid to, stay where the line is. The fine line. Right? There we go. Queen of Swords. Libra energy. It's like very firm, very certain, and not doubting yourself. Maybe in the past people have made you doubt yourself, or doubt like that you're doing the right thing, or like maybe I'm being too harsh, or those kind of things in the back of your mind, like, oh, I don't want to be a bad person or whatever. But you're not. Now you are certain in that. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a fairy message and wrap this reading up. But good on you guys. Good on you. Major lesson learned. I like it. Whatever. All right, so let's grab a fairy message to wrap this reading up for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus. Any fairy messages for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus for this week ahead? Like, no means no. You're not going to be manipulated anymore, or like people guilting you anymore. Fuck that, right? That's kind of what I'm getting. It's just like, you guys are really like turning shit around, but like it's good. It's bringing more balance, more peace into your life. I like it a lot. Any fairy messages for Taurus? Oh, that's too many. Okay. Any fairy messages for Taurus, Sun, Rising, Venus? Okay. What do we got here? We got Luminous Doom, number 56. Okay, this is interesting. This card came out a lot for Leo. Some of you may have Leo in your chart. Could be connected with Leo. But this card's actually really interesting. Normally this talks about like self-deceit or even self-pity, kind of feeling a little sorry for yourselves, right? But it's also important, the flip side of this, needing to take care of yourself. So with this card coming out, it's important to recognize the cycles that we find ourselves in and excuses we make for ourselves, or like ending up in these situations like, oh, I can't change because this is who I've always been, or this is how it's always been, so like that's it, it's final. But like, no, ultimately up to us to make the change. There are certain emotions, certain feelings that you're needing to acknowledge, because if you don't acknowledge it, it's just going to end up repeating itself over and over and over, or you're going to find yourself in the same situations or the same relationships. Something needs to be dealt with. Something here needs to be recognized so that you can overcome it, right? So kind of like this situation. Let's just say that there's that imbalanced relationship and you're feeling really like you're getting the shitty end of the stick. But if you don't communicate, if you don't readjust the boundaries, if you don't do something about it, nothing's going to change. And so something here needs to change. You're recognizing the power that you hold to do things differently. In the book, it says, it's time to face the fact that our attitudes and beliefs about ourselves are our own. We may have learned them from others, but they're not responsible for them here and now. We are. If we choose self-pity and pessimism, we make a choice that makes our lives worse. Gloomless Doom is ready and willing to help us explore just how awful it all feels, just how bad it is, and how hard done by we feel, and what's made us feel like that in the first place. It's very important to really get to know these feelings. How could you possibly let them go if you don't properly know them in the first place? Our feelings need to be fully acknowledged and understood, or we just tuck them away, hide them from sight until they appear again, maybe in a different guise. Gloomless Doom helps us properly explore our gloomy feelings of doom so that we can be done with them. It's a very important job. The ultimate test here, of course, is to take responsibility for ourselves and our attitudes and to choose a path that's life-affirming, not life-denying. The sorrier we feel for ourselves, the worse our life becomes. It's not the other way around. Self-pity makes things worse, and we always have a choice when we have every moment as to whether we want ourselves and our lives better or worse. And only we can choose that for ourselves. So you guys are kind of going through that, right? You're recognizing you don't like where you're at. Something needs to be changed. Something needs to be released. Balance needs to be brought into a situation, relationship, your wellness, as well as those around you, right? There needs to be some sort of change, and you're recognizing sitting around and crying about it, it's not going to change things. And you're recognizing your power. So it's kind of tough pill to swallow at first, but also recognizing that, hey, you have power to make a change, and it doesn't have to be like this. So at first, kind of like, damn, like this sucks, but then getting to know it, recognizing how to handle it, the cycle, the lesson, and then you come out a winner. So this really powerful energy that you guys are in. And that's what I got for you guys for this week. So I hope that you guys found this helpful or insightful. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you guys are interested, you can follow me on my Instagram at JadeStoneTarot. And I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.